anything about yourself?
First of all, thank you very much for allowing me to introduce myself. My name is Priyanka Badit. I am from Guwahati, Assam. I have done my 10th standard and 12th standard from Kendriya Vidyalaya AFS Bochhad. I have secured 86% in 12th standard and 10 CGPA in 10th standard. Then I joined Jorhat Engineering College for pursuing my BTech degree in Computer Science and Engineering department. And I have an aggregate of around 8.8 CGPA till now. In the past 2-3 years of my BTech life, I have tried to develop a few skills, which includes both communication skill as well as the technical skills. The technical skills that I have developed includes C++, C, little bit of Java and Python. And I am also familiar with the web development technologies like HTML, CSS, and little bit of JavaScript. And after learning all these things, I have tried to implement those languages and technologies in the projects that I have made along with my fellow mates. And the very recent project that I have worked on is the recommendation system, which is basically a website which recommends the jobs to a user, and it is implemented using machine learning as well as web development. And apart from all these things, I am a part of the technical club of Jorhat Engineering College. And I, along with my teammates, have organized a few events, technical events for the college students. And I am currently handling the website of that technical club as well. And apart from all these things, I love to do a few things which keeps me refreshed and motivated, which are basically my hobbies. And these includes I like to sing and I like to dance. I do paint sometimes, and I play badminton as well, which keeps me refreshed and motivated to do the further tasks. And at this moment, I am looking forward to implement the skills that I have gained till date by working in a company, and I want to join the company now.
Okay. So what are the mini projects which you have worked?
So there is only one mini project that I have worked till now. It is known as Student Arena, which is basically a job recommendation website, and it uses machine learning as well as web development. So here the user can come and enter the job based on the drop-down list that is present in the search bar, and he can simply search the job, and in the back end, recommendation will be done by the machine learning algorithm, and we have used cosine similarity there, which recommends the job, and that recommended jobs are stored in an API that also we have built on our own using the framework Flask, and from that API, this results are shown to the user on the website. So this is what the job recommendation website is like, and also the user will be able to see the trending jobs that are there in the data set. So when he visits our website, he will be able to see 6 trending jobs, which are the top 6 trending jobs of our website, the data set that we have used.
Okay, so you work with machine learning. Okay, so can you tell me the difference between supervised machine learning and unsupervised machine learning? And can you give some examples of both the supervised and unsupervised machine learning?
Yes, ma'am. So in supervised machine learning, we train the algorithm on the basis of some already known input and output data set. So we train the algorithm and we get the output on the basis of the previous, on the basis of the trained values. So we get the data set on the basis of the trained values, and the data that we give is in the form of label, like they have label. So every input, there is a particular output that is known beforehand. And so the furthermore, like the output that I want to get from the machine as a user, I will give the input, and that machine will be giving me the output based on the previous learnings that it has it learned from the trained data. So for getting the result,
what kind of data are supervised learning?
Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. So can you give an example of supervised learning, supervised machine learning? Any example, any algorithms you can give?
Okay. So in supervised learning, we can say the example of email, spam, and ham.
Any algorithms?
Where we,
I'm just
ma'am,
asking about algorithms. What are the
ma'am, I have
algorithms which will come? Okay.
Okay, so I have worked for this particular topic, which is finding whether an email is spam or ham. So we have used naive-based algorithm, which uses the
Yeah. So
conditional
naive-based
probability.
algorithm is a supervised algorithm or unsupervised algorithm?
It is a supervised algorithm.
Okay, so how can you say? Because of something must be there, because of which you can distinguish a supervised machine learning with an unsupervised. Yeah, can you give me an example of unsupervised machine learning? Suppose naive based is an example of supervised. Now, what will come under unsupervised?
Ma'am, K means clustering.
Yeah,
K means clustering.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So that is unsupervised because we don't know the output beforehand. So the machine tries to find the patterns among the data and it generates a result of its own. So that is how unsupervised machine learning works.
Okay, so you are in the final year, right? No?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what project you have decided to prepare?
We have decided, we have not decided everything in detail yet, but the topic we are thinking to work on is sign language. We will do something regarding sign language. So it is not yet decided, but we have thought of doing something like that.
Okay. Okay, fine. So can you explain the basic pillars of OOPS? First, tell me what are the 4 basic pillars of OOPS, and can you give a brief description about each and every pillar?
Okay. So the first pillar of OOPS is data abstraction.
Yeah.
The second one is data encapsulation. Third one is inheritance, and the fourth one is polymorphism.
Yeah.
So in data abstraction, we try to hide the data and we show specific data to the outside world. Not every data is shown to the to the outside world. Like we give only the specific data. We show the specific data to the user. So, and this is achieved in C++ OOPS concept by using the access specifiers that it has, like private access specifier. And in case of encapsulation, it is a method of implementing the abstraction feature in OOPS. So basically, it helps to bind the characteristics and behavior of an object together into a single unit. So, which is
Can you give
implemented
an example for encapsulation?
Encapsulation example. So,
yeah.
So when we talk about a car, when we talk about a car, so when we talk about a fruit like orange, so it has some characteristics as well as behavior.
Yeah.
So the characteristics are like it is round in shape, and the behavior can be like it is juicy. So those things can be defined using the concept of encapsulation by keeping the characteristics in as data members in the class, and by keeping the the behaviors as functions in the class, which works as an interface.
Okay, you have given an English example. Okay, you have taken a fruit and then you have described about, or you have defined encapsulation. So if I talk about technical part, means technically or in technical based concept, how will you give an example for encapsulation? There must be something which will be base suitable. Yeah, so can you try?
So suppose there is a website and it is an official website of my college, say. So that time everyone has a a different authority in accessing that particular website. So being a student, I won't be asked to, I won't be able to access every data of the website. Some data will be hidden from me because those are of faculty use, like only the faculties can access that data. So that part is hidden from me. And likewise, the faculties can access only a few things of the website, which are, because dean is also there, principal is also there, so they can access a few more things than what faculties can access. So here also the data is hidden from us. So I think that way I can explain encapsulation.
Okay, then what about inheritance and polymorphism?
Sorry?
Inheritance and polymorphism.
Okay, ma'am. So in inheritance, we extend a class, and one class has the properties of another class. So the class which is derived is known as derived class, and the class which it has used to derive itself is known as the base class. So the derived class will be having some additional features to the base class, and the features that is already there in the base class cannot be there in the derived class. And there are several methods of implementing inheritance. One is multi-level inheritance, one is hybrid inheritance, one is single inheritance, other one is multi-level inheritance. So multiple inheritance, sorry. So multiple inheritance, and in polymorphism, it is an incredible feature by 𝐁𝐨𝐤𝐤. So it helps a function to be described in more than one form. So a function which adds the value of two numbers, say of int data type, can also be used. The same function name can be used to add the values of float data type as well, or int or float.
Okay.
So that way polymorphism can be implemented.
Okay. So when we talk about polymorphism, we always think about a concept like constructors. Yes. So can you briefly explain something about constructors? What are constructors?
Okay. So constructors are the special data members of a class which has the same name as that of the class, and
what are the types of constructors?
Ma'am, default constructors and parameterized constructors are the types of it. And constructor
but there's also another constructor. You have missed another constructor. Default, parameterized, and copy constructor. Yeah.
Oh, copy constructor, yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So now you told that you are familiar with HTML. So can you please mention at least 4 tags we used in HTML?
First, HTML body tag. HTML tag, then body tag. Then for table, we use tr tag, td tag, tt tag, and that is it.
Okay. So, okay, fine. So now can you explain what are arrays?
Arrays?
Yeah.
Okay. So arrays are also known as linear data structure, which can store data of the same data type.
Okay. So what are arrays and pointers then?
When pointer stores the address of another variable, but array stores the values like data. Pointer points to the another address to the another variable, but in array each index stores the value. So I think.
So have you ever studied searching and sorting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Can you please explain the bubble sorting briefly?
Yes, ma'am. So in bubble sort, we first when we talk about arrays, we implement bubble sort in arrays, suppose. So we first find the middle element, and then the value that we need to search in the array, we compare it with the middle element. If it is smaller than the middle element, we search the left side. And if it is greater than the middle element, we search the left side, that is mid plus 1 value. And if it is smaller than that, we do mid minus 1. And we keep on doing this for both the sides.
Can you explain binary search?
I have explained the binary search actually by default.
Yes, that's why I asked you binary search. Okay, so now, yes, can you share your screen and can you run some codes? I just
Yes,
need to see the main logic. You don't have to write
Yes.
the code, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, can you write the main concept for swapping two numbers using a third variable?
Yes, ma'am.
So any language you can choose, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Just write the, no need to write the whole code, just write the main part, the main logic.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, this is
I write the program for reverse of two numbers.
reverse of two numbers.
Yeah. Or you can simply write reverse a number. Anything. I just want to see the logic behind it, okay? But we have to
Yes.
do means what is the main criteria? Yeah.
Yes. Ma'am,
Is it done? Can you explain the code? What you have
Yes,
done?
ma'am. So, yes, ma'am. So, first of all, I took the integer and I thought of traversing through the number. So I think it becomes easy when it comes to string for traversing. So I took a string b, then using the function toString, I converted the integer value into string, and then simply traversed the string in reverse order and kept on printing the value from that reverse string.
So now just I have written a code in the chat box. So can you give the output of the particular code? What will be the output?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can stop sharing your screen. Okay, see the code. I have written int I, okay, int I equal to 10, and then in printf I have given I plus plus I and I plus plus. I don't know why the I has become capital, but it's I, okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So
Have
you
you
can
declared I twice
no,
or once?
actually I was supposed to write I in small letter, but I don't know, automatically it became capital. So I tried twice, but it was same. That's why I will
Okay,
be
ma'am.
once. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can write the output in the chat only.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, 10, 11, 11.
It will be 11 or 12?
It will be 11.
Okay. But the output should be like that. 10, 12, and 12. So do you know the basic concept about plus plus A or A plus plus?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you explain it?
Yes, ma'am. Plus plus A means we do increment before assigning, before printing the value, and in A plus plus, we first print the value and then increment it in memory. Like the incrementation is done in memory.
Yes. Then there only I have, I is equal to 10. Then how can it be 11 and 11?
Ma'am, the first argument is given I. So it will be simply printing 10. And then the next one is plus plus I, means first increment is done. So it will be printing the incremented value only. So that is why it will be 11. And then the third argument is I plus plus, which means increment is not yet done. So first the value will be printed, and in memory increment will be done. And if again a print statement is printed for I variable, it will print 12. So
Now can you explain virtual function and pure virtual function? What's the main difference between virtual function and pure virtual function?
Yes, ma'am. So in both the cases, implementation of the function is not known. But in case of virtual function, we don't write anything inside the block. When we declare a virtual function, we don't write anything inside the block. We leave it like that without writing any statement, or we can even write, but we make it virtual so that we can override that function in a subclass. But in case of pure virtual function, we simply write the function name and then equal to 0. So basically that makes a class abstract, and that does not allow to instantiate, basically declare an object. So in case of pure virtual function, we cannot instantiate, but in case of virtual function, we can instantiate an object.
Okay, so what is a frame function then?
Ma'am, we know that OOPS concept implements the concept of abstraction, where the private members cannot be inherited, but the protected members can be inherited, or private member cannot be accessed. Like any function which is declared outside the class cannot, which is non-member function, cannot access the private member. So for accessing the private member, we define friend function, which is not a part of the class. We just declare it inside the class, but we define it always outside the class. So that way we are able to access the private members as well.
Okay, so have you studied DBMS?
Yes, ma'am, little bit.
Okay, so what do you know about DBMS?
Database, managing the database, manipulating I mean, doing few operations in the database which contains related data. So, and we use SQL language to implement the manipulation part. So to manage the
can you tell me
database,
the full form of SQL?
structured query language.
What are joins in SQL?
Joins helps in joining two relations. So basically, when we need to find the such results which are from both the tables or both the relations, we need to first join them. So we use the concept of join them.
How many joins are there?
Ma'am, 4 I think. Left outer join, right outer join, full outer join, and inner join.
What about cross join and self join?
Yes, ma'am. Even EQ join.
Okay. So have you heard about the term normalization?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, can you explain about it?
Sure, ma'am. So there are anomalies sometimes in the relation, like duplicacy, redundancy of data is there. So as to reduce and remove all these things, normalization is done. And there are 4 ways of normalization. I think 5 to 6 ways of normalization, which includes 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, BCNF. And then we have lossy and lossless decomposition concept. Then we have dependency preserving concept also. So these are the way we can make a relation normal and we can remove data redundancy.
Okay, can you tell me how many types of keys are there in SQL?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, I think three keys are there. Mainly 3 keys are there.
Okay, what are those?
So the first one is primary key, second one is foreign key, third one is super key.
Is it super key or unique key?
Super key.
Then what is unique key?
Unique key is basically primary key. Unique key is a constraint
Primary
which
key is not null and unique. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So
Okay, now yeah. What is the difference between deleting a table and dropping a table? Means if I drop a table, what will happen? Or if I delete a table, what will be the output?
okay. So if I drop a table, the whole structure will be destroyed. Like whole structure will be deleted. When we use delete, we are specifically deleting a column or something from the table or particular value from the table, I think.
And what about the structure? When we delete a table, the structure remains or it will also gets deleted?
Ma'am, for deleting the whole structure, I have used drop only. So I don't think what would happen if we use delete.
Okay. So then what is truncate?
Truncate means deleting a particular column.
Okay. So have you ever heard about DDL and DML? Data definition
Yes,
language
ma'am.
and data manipulation. Yeah. Can you just give me some example what we do in DDL and what we do in DML?
Sure, ma'am. So DDL is basically data definition language. It is about defining a structure of a table. Like when we are talking about structure, how it should look, how many columns should be there. It is a kind of definition to a relation. So we use DDL, which includes create, alter, then we have delete, we have drop. So all the things are for not delete, update, drop, alter, and create. So these are the keywords which we use for describing a table, for defining a table. And in case of DML, data manipulation language, we manipulate the language. If you want to change something in the database, so we use DML, which includes insert data, then delete data, then updating data.
Yes, I got it. Okay, so now tell me, apart from academics, what are the other curricular activities that you are interested?
I like to sing, and I keep myself motivated by painting sometimes, and to stay refreshed, I do play sometimes with my friends, like when with badminton or anything, which is possible. So that's.
Okay. So if you are asked to sign a bond with a particular IT company for 2 years or 3 years, so will you agree to bond that sign, or you will refuse to bond, means bond the sign?
Ma'am, I will see first of all if that particular company is secure or not. So if that particular company has proper security, then I will definitely sign the bond. And otherwise, um, I will definitely join that company because I want to explore new things in life. So 2 year bond is okay if I am able to learn something. If I'm able to work with various people around the world, around the country. So it is okay if I sign the bond. So
Suppose you got two offers. Okay, there's two company X and Y. Suppose X is a stable company, but your package is like 2.9 and 3. But Y is a company which is not an Indian company, but suppose an American or like that company, and that company agrees to pay you 7 or 8 lakh. Now, which company will you choose and why?
So when it comes to choosing company on the basis of salary, being a fresher, I will obviously think about the job security that particular company is giving. So I will see the graph of that company first. If the graph of that company is good, then I will definitely join that company which is paying me higher salary. Otherwise, if the graph is not stable and the other company which is paying me comparatively less salary, uh, if the graph of that company is growing upwards and it is growing, like it is always growing, then I will definitely join the one which is giving me lesser salary, because it comes to job security. And if I am secure being a part of this company, then I will definitely join that company.
So now tell
Which
me,
is
why do
paying
you
me
want to
lesser.
join TCS? There are lots of other companies. So why only TCS you want to join?
Ma'am, firstly, TCS is I always wanted to work in a software company and start my career with a software company. And the second point is TCS is a multinational company and it has branches all over the world and the country. So that way I'll be able to visit new places, explore new places, and meet new people and work with them, know them. And this way I will be able to communicate and increase my network as an individual. And that way I can also brainstorm on very different ideas that I have, and I can work with other people. And then TCS provides a very balanced work life, I can say, because I have seen seniors and many people who are working in TCS, and they have said like the work life of TCS is quite balanced, since they get extra time to work on themselves apart from the tasks that they are assigned. And the next thing is that next thing yes so when it comes to moving around and going to new places, TCS, I have seen that TCS provides discount when it comes to traveling to some tourist places. So it gives an opportunity, and it gives a facility to the employees to uh, go to tourist places and stay there in free or in less amount of money comparatively than other people. So this way, I will be able to explore new places as well. And that is why I think I want to join TCS, because as an individual, I'll be able to grow and learn new skills, work with people,
Okay.
new people. Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who is the CEO of TCS?
Sorry, ma'am.
Again, the foundation year.
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay. So, what are your salary expectations as a fresher?
To be honest, I really don't understand salaries, but if any amount of salary is okay for me for the time being, because I'm a fresher and want to explore and learn new things. So those things are bigger than salary. So
Okay. So then my last question to you is, why should TCS hire you?
ma'am, TCS should hire me because I am a punctual person, I believe. I am a determined person, and I am consistent, and I'm flexible when it comes to work. I can work anywhere and at any time. So these are the traits that for which TCS should hire. Thank you.
Okay. Then, so here we come to the end of our interview.